Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys. So we dropped a new podcast episode on Up and Adam, anywhere you get your podcast. Just for those of you guys who don't know where to find it, anywhere you get your podcast, you can click on Up and Adam and then go right down here to the Salty Podcast, Monica's New Job. You can click on it. It's an hour and 26 minutes. So it's a little bit longer this week, but it's probably because we just had to catch up after missing last Friday after my fucking flight. But that's okay. All right, guys, we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Orange County. But before we jump in, you guys know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
All right, guys. So we are starting with the "you're a fucking bitch," and it was like, wait, who did that come from? Oh well, it came from Alexis, and we're gonna get into it. So thank you to Reality Blurb. Alexis Bellino is calling Teddi Mellencamp a bitch for questioning her behavior on Real Housewives of Orange County as she reveals what was left out of her dramatic fight with Emily Simpson. So, Alexis Bellino called Teddi Mellencamp a bitch, again, for questioning her behavior. And um, in the episode, Emily Simpson confronted Heather Dubrow for allegedly arranging that Emily and Alexis wear the same dress at a charity event. Heather purportedly gave Emily a size 12 and Alexis a size 2, but in the confrontation, Alexis called out Emily for bringing her name into it, and Emily yelled at her to shut up. I have to say this really quick. I always have something to say. Emily, all she said was, I'm a size 12, she's a size 2. Like, it doesn't feel good. As somebody who deals with it, I have body dysmorphia like a mother, you guys. A mother effer is what I meant, not like a mother. But I honestly, I hate the way I look all the time. And I'm trying to be more positive about it. I think sometimes I'm way too smaller and way too big. Like there's never a happy medium. And a lot of people deal with that. And so when she's having this argument in this episode, I get exactly where she's coming from. And for somebody, like, yes, did she say Alexis's name? Sure. You're welcome, Alexis. Yeah, friend. But like, was it and like there was no like negative connotation to what she was saying about Alexis. It wasn't even about Alexis. And Alexis was like, you brought me into this and you don't know. And now you brought me into it and thanks a fucking lot. I'm going through so much right now. And Emily's like, shut up, sit down. Nobody brought you into shit. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Stop trying to have a moment. Literally, this is not the moment. You can have so many other moments. Go have a moment with Shannon or Johnny J or Teddi Mellencamp or Tamra Judge or fucking somebody else. But this is not the moment. Shut up. And honestly, if you started talking more about your family, which you can't, which is probably what is contributing to you being a friend of on the show, you probably have more moments, but you have nothing to talk about, which makes you incredibly lame on the show, in my opinion. But before the scene began, Alexis was apparently upset because her fiance John Jansen's lawsuit against ex-Shannon Bedore was taking a toll on Alexis. That's dumb. Has nothing to do with you. Many fans think Alexis is callous towards Shannon. She was, who's been trying to make things right after her recent DUI crash. According to Alexis, John is telling the truth about their relationship and Shannon is lying. Well, of course, because you're not effing Shannon, you're effing John. That's vulgar, but like that's the truth. On a recent episode of her Two Teas in a Pod podcast, Teddi questioned how John's lawsuit against Shannon is emotionally affecting Alexis. She also said Alexis has been driving her nuts as a viewer. You guys, you know, I say this all the time. I never usually agree with Teddi. I just don't. Teddi Mellencamp, I want to say today, I agree. I agree with everything that you're saying about this. Everything. She's annoying me as a viewer. And what the hell does Johnny J suing Shannon Bedore for $75,000 over a facelift have to do with you? Take your David Yerman, whatever $10,000 promise ring as if you're like in ninth grade and shut up. Like it doesn't, it's ridiculous. But in the comments, Alexis clapped back at Teddi's reaction, saying, guess what the show left out? Mm. I did not make it about me. I saw Heather super upset after 20 minutes of Emily yelling and ranting on Heather. So then I finally told Emily, maybe you should calm down. It's for charity. Heather has tears in her eyes. She didn't do it intentionally. And then Emily brought me into it with the dress size. So unfortunately, y'all are not seeing the truth and I'm the punching bag. But the star hinted that the truth is coming out on her Instagram. And yeah, Teddy, you met me and you should know my heart and knock it off. You're being kind of a bitch to me. Just know what you're seeing is not true. Well, let's just see if we can't take a quick little sneak peek at this shit because hold on. Here we go.
Explained.
Let me see. Share. I love sharing. Love sharing the videos and the receipts. I live for this shit. Okay. Ba-ba-ba. Present. Share. Who gonna check me?
Explain to me how John suing Shannon over facelift money is emotionally affecting Alexis.
I cannot.
I have to tell you,
Yeah,
Alexis really drove me nuts this entire episode.
I can tell. I think you're affected by the show. No, I don't know. Well, I can see why she would wear you down. The whole audience is worn down by this woman. And I say that with love and kindness, but you know, there's
love and kindness. Well, the whole audience is worn
but they are. They are. Who calls her a friend? Someone calls Emily. You're just a friend. Emily's over there calling out the show, and they let it in.
How did Alexis make this about her? How? I cannot understand. Could you explain to me how John?
Thank God I muted that. I said, I'm not going to lie, but I did die when she was like, you're just a friend. Like, this has nothing to do with you, Alexis. It's like, this is awkward. But speaking of awkward, we ain't done yet. Now, on top of that, we have Elizabeth Vargas, who is addressing her brother seeing Shannon with a cart of alcohol post DUI and explains how it impacted their relationship. Elizabeth spoke out about a claim that was made against Shannon Bedore on the Real Housewives of Orange County during a podcast appearance on Monday. After Gina Kirschenheiter alleged that someone who turned out to be Elizabeth's brother had seen Shannon at the grocery store with a shopping cart full of alcohol. After her DUI arrest last September, Elizabeth addressed the report as well as how it impacted her friendship with Shannon. My brother had mentioned something about a grocery shopping cart full of alcohol because she was seen at the grocery store next to my house. All right. This was on Behind the Velvet Rope with David Yontif. Thank you, David. However, according to Elizabeth, her brother's statements to Gina were taken out of context. Although she does believe that Shannon had been at the store to purchase the booze, she clarified that what was being purchased wasn't for Shannon, but for a large group. It was for everybody at this party. She was not drinking it. Oh, Elizabeth, you're trying to cover your ass. At the time her brother made the allegation, Elizabeth didn't think much of it. But then after she attempted to invite Shannon to appear on her podcast and received a blunt response along with the refusal, she knew something was wrong. She's like, at this time, that would be a negative. I've bettered myself. I'm getting help. And I'm like, huh? But it wasn't until Elizabeth saw the episode in which her brother and his claim were discussed that she realized exactly what Shannon was upset about. I watched the first episode of the season and my brother's on there talking smack about Shannon, and she thinks I'm spreading the stuff where she's still an alcoholic. But needless to say, Elizabeth's relationship with Shannon became strained by her brother's statements to Gina. I think she's sensitive to the fact that she got the DUI and I was part of this alcohol grocery cart thing. And yeah, well, I'm sure she was sensitive to it. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Pop off in the comment section, please. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, and we'll see you in just a little bit.